Okay, boom. I'm waiting on a notification right now. Thank you again. Here you go.
Welcome.
Get a notification. Boom, perfect. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have an incredible guest, one who I'm very humbled would take time out of his busy schedule to give us some information as well as some inspiration, and that is none other than the actor Xango. First of all, assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. Josh. Yes,
This,
sir.
this means a lot to me. For those who are just tuning in, when I used to be at Lifetime Fitness with my brother and many of the other brothers, in run and shoot, and we would be playing basketball. And every time we went to work out, we would see you back there kicking your foot way up in the air, working out.
Yes,
So
sir.
that was incredible, sir.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
how did you get into fitness? How are you always in such good shape?
Since I was a child, we were always running in the neighborhoods. We was always competing, right?
Yes, sir.
And everybody was always trying to be the best. And so I wanted to be the best runner, the best boxer, the best whatever it was we was doing. But the fitness part, it never was even a word at that time. It wasn't until Bruce Lee came on the scene and showed a fighter being in condition, not just being able to fight, but also the discipline that goes along with that.
Yes, sir.
Then he became my motto and my image of conditioning because I wanted to fight. And so I became a fighter and I became a professional kickboxer. I fought in Canada, fought in Detroit, and I fought in, my last fight was in Toronto.
Okay.
Actually, 1995, fought in the same year the Million Man March. Sure was.
Okay, great. Yes, sir. And for when you were a kickboxer, for those who are coming up after you, who may want to get into martial arts, what advice would you give to them?
Make sure that that's what you want to do. Don't let it be for vain reasons because it's very serious. Your life depends on it because you can get killed at any time in any training session, certainly in any competition, any sparring session, by you not taking it serious. This is why we're told to have the utmost discipline and don't play with the martial art. And when you can go on YouTube right now and see the little Chinese children and look in their faces and look at the poise, you see mature, poised, and disciplined children who are studying the martial art. Something that I will not rest until I can install that among our youth, not just us as adults, able to handle the business, protect the minister, protect each other, our family. No, but our children. We're the nation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nation. When I look at China, I look on YouTube and I see them little children, the discipline of what they're doing, walking on nails or walking on fire or the discipline to be balanced or just to stand there and focus and look.
Yes, sir.
That kind of discipline goes back when I was in Detroit teaching in Lansing under Minister Rasul. He told me that his father, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, sent Elijah Jr. to go get Bruce Lee. That made me smile like you smiling, brother. I was like, yes, wow. Because I was wondering, always picture. I said, man, what if Elijah Muhammad knew what Bruce Lee knew? What if Min Farrakhan knew what Bruce Lee knew? I'm just looking at the whole picture of it all. And now we have the chance to be that fullness of that. We don't supposed to be less than that. He's looking for us to be more than that. Other than that, we just repeating. We just repeat. We're not making no progress.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we got Malcolm, we got Ali, we got Bruce. The end is endless. Elijah, we got God, we got Nat Turner, we got Noble Drew Ali, and here we come. Supposed to be the culmination of all of that. So that self-mastery, it can't disinclude the body. I mean, because it's all part of one thing: mental, physical, spiritual. Once again, Brother Joshua, I heard our leaders say the reason that we were able to come back, unlike the other ones, is because of our organizational ability that we had, that they were not able to handle. Okay, martial art and working out teaches you to keep your body in order. So the Savior, the first thing he did when he stepped to us, is get your body in order. And what's in your medicine cabinet ain't gonna get your body in order. So he threw all that out. Now we're gonna deal with the inner self and get in touch with the God that's in you that I come to introduce you to.
Yes, sir.
In the person of Master Fard Muhammad. So now it goes deep, 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 Josh. When young boys and girls say to me, I'm in the gym, and they be like, man, I want to get like you. I want to be like you. Man, your body. And then I'm able to tell them it ain't about the body. That's an open door, because when a person sees that you have taken care of yourself, number one, you automatically command and demand respect. You ain't got to say nothing. I be laughing. I walk up, people just start doing jumping jacks. I ain't saying nothing. No, I'm playing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But seriously, that kind of thing right there. And to have young men, white, Chinese. If I'm in Detroit, it's all black. If I'm in LA, it's white, it's Chinese, it's Mexican. All of them are like, wow, what do I need to do? Then I can tell them, don't smoke, don't drink, respect one another, don't gang bang. Gangs is cool, but be a good gang. Come together and do good things in the community. That opens the door. That's what discipline gives us, a wide door. Now, people who've been knowing us for a while, Josh, they have questions, because before we were easily identifiable.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We can't turn a blind eye to wellness, fitness, when this thing that Allah has permitted to attack the planet called coronavirus is a bully, because it's rooted in attacking somebody's system that's already weak. And why is your system weak? If it's hereditary, can't do nothing about it. But it's because you're sitting down and you're eating 3, 4, 5 meals a day, and we know better. It's because you're not at least taking a walk around. Nobody's saying be no fitness guru, but a little walk every day, a 10-minute program. I'm coming out with some tapes for all the OGs. Now, the believers around the country, they holler at me. All my brothers up top, they don't say nothing to me. But I got something for all my brothers and sisters, something and others, a very simple workout program, 10 minutes that you can do every day, no excuse. I remember when we were really Scientology here, there, and the other, and every believers meeting, we would talk about where the ratings were. Well, I would like some good righteous competition. How many pounds did Atlanta lose this week? How many pounds did Detroit lose? How many pounds did LA lose? Because they'll tell you that the pounds, diabetes, high blood pressure is rooted in the excess. Most people with high blood pressure have excess poundage. Most people with diabetes have excess poundage. When I say a thing like keep it sexy, I ain't saying nothing about have sex. Anybody said nothing about violating restrictive law? If you're thinking that, you need to check yourself.
Yes.
That's an attitude, because I'm told that I'm in entertainment. I do what I do in entertainment. So ladies say, you're sexy. I say, thank you. I don't say, damn, baby. God damn, you sexy too. I mean, I'm taught, I'm civilized, but I'm in this world, not of this world. Be real clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At the same time, that language draws them to us. I miss when I was a little boy, man, we could turn on TV and see Muhammad Ali, brother. He made the world know that we were normal. In fact, we was above normal. That
Yes,
we
sir. Yes,
are
sir.
the ones that's bringing it in, okay? And they respected us because Ali was in the middle of where everything was going on. They didn't call us no cult, not then, because they knew you had Joe Tex, you had Ali, you had Don King, man, a number of singers, and it was steady coming because after the early days, when the pennies, nickels, and dimes made those who had the money into real believers, then they started putting that money in for it, and then it just blossomed. And we was recognized as we were recognized as the health. We were the first health book, How to Eat to Live. I love Dick Gregory. God bless and rest our brother. May Allah be pleased the best that he did among us. But Cooking with Mother Nature, which was my first book on health. And then later, How to Eat to Live, because that wasn't around, wasn't nothing around, because it was prior to 75 and everything was gone. There was nothing we could find. But later we come to find out that that was the first health book. And Dick Gregory wrote his book based on how to eat to live. So as Sister Minister Ava recently said, the coronavirus and the inflammatory, when our system is inflammatory, then the coronavirus is going to lay us down. In other words, if you're healthy, you have a less chance of getting it. Not that it's not getting some athletes, sure it is. But we can take a percentage, and we know for a fact. First of all, athletes live longer, people exercise live longer. So we can stop acting like I don't need to exercise. You know, you're thinking about doing too much. If you think about doing 10 minutes a day, which is going to actually get your circulation going, because the problem is the lack of circulation. If there's no movement, then that's death. Because in death, we're froze, death, we're stiff. So we need movement. It don't have to be a lot, but we got to have some movement. And it's a matter of the upper and the lower. So we lose our lower limbs because the blood is not getting down there. Men suffer in our reproductive organs, which brothers, you don't want to talk about it. You know you got problems. Yeah, saying it straight up. We know you got problems because anytime in this system with these processed foods, unless we are able to get around those foods and eat completely and totally healthy, and if you're not working out, you know you have a problem in your reproductive area. Now, that's due to the lack of circulation, that's due to the lack of exercise, due to the lack of working out. We're a nation, and we're going to be reproducing. How are we going to do it if we're not able to be reproductive and can't stand up right like we're supposed to make it happen and bring life into this world?
Beautiful. Yes, sir. Beautiful. And thank everybody for watching.
Oh, man, Josh, I didn't mean to say all right like again.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah,
no, sir. And thank everybody for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And my sister Naima said she wants to she needs the 10-minute workout. And I know many of us, I need the 10-minute workout as well. I want to make sure that I'm staying on top of it. When will it be released, and how will we be able to have access to
it? Within the next 90, we're still putting the finish. I have it right now. We're still putting the finishing touches on it. It'll be within the next 90. It's going to come with the release of everything else. Y'all are going to be so proud of me. And this is what I want anyway. I want to make y'all happy because when you know, we all want to be loved. So the minister said the reason we die broke because we be so busy counting the applauses that somebody appreciate us and love us and somebody else counting our money. And that's what we want, you know. For me, if I can make you happy and you've done something good for you, then that's going to do me good. And I said that to say this. My music, we all listen to Nicki. You try to say that you don't, it's on the radio. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. I couldn't stand Michael Jackson and Prince coming up, brother. They too sissified, one, that's what I thought, my brain. I got Shabazz all in the brain. It's going to be my way, or I'll blow it all up. And then one day, the minister's teaching, and he said, say what you want about Michael, but he's ours. I said, and that hit me like somebody stole on me. I was out. But I woke up and I love Michael and Prince. And everybody who was not like me from that moment on, I was able to see that everyone, I mean, who the hell are you? That somebody got to be like you. I mean, if you got something good, fine, share it. But I got to be like you. So I learned to accept that. But where I'm going with that is here, Josh. So the music, I brought up the music to say, we're listening to cars. Those are our sisters. As ratchet as we want to say that they are, they're ours. And the minister say, be careful how you judge a thing, because as long as life is going on, a period ain't come to their life. And if you ain't careful, you'll find out a lot show you do the same thing and then some. And we have seen those who we have condemned back in the day. And today I'm very proud of the work that they're doing in the community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, I use some of their mixtapes because to me, our brother Tupac and Ice Cube are the best exponents of consciousness and the street with the dancing, as Ice Cube did Life Side, Death Certificate, Life, Death, that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nobody wants you telling them what to do all the time. Not no dead Negro, you're trying to reach them over there. We got some of the baddest underground rappers you want to get, but they not getting it because all you doing is saying that you're not even changing up. You just, don't nobody want you telling them to do that all the time. Like one brother say, I want to listen to music and feel sad. I got to listen to you tell me the government doing this and the government did that. We've been enslaved over here. Brother, sometimes I want to just hear something nice about my nice lady, man. She's nice. About the way that she treated me right.
Yes, sir.
About
Yes,
the
sir.
way that she laid me down. Sometimes I want something else a little different. So I'm now, the music, I brought that up to say that along with the workout video that's coming is the music that you all are going to be all over, which that's all I'm going to say. And when I come back on your show, which I don't know if I'll be back before the video, I have to come back before the video is released because I want to show, I would like to demonstrate a little bit of myself and show y'all. So when y'all get it, you know exactly what I'm saying. And it's so simple. It's going to blow y'all mind how simple it is. Working out, people say, I was in the gym and I worked out. I was in the gym for 2 hours. Okay, what was you doing? You was in there for 2 hours? That's the question. So it's not the quantity, it's the quality. So we can break it down. Like sometimes I may only have, dang, the gym getting ready to close. I got 30 minutes. Them have been some of my best workouts because you focus, you're intent, you go right at it. And that's what this 10-minute thing is. You can't say I don't have to exercise when the whole world, everything has fitness in it and everything has hip hop in it. If you're not involved in that, we're not actually, we only have what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said as a slogan, quick things, fast move, down the amount of time. Because you ain't quick and you ain't fast moving. If you're not down to the amount of time, you know nothing of hip hop or the language, you don't understand it, you're not up on exercise, where you at? Where are you? Because if they did the stock market, if it wasn't for 911, fitness would be at the top of the list. Now, I'm not going to have nobody outdo us, and we the one that set the tone on that. First of all, we had Ali, the heavyweight champion, who was fit over everybody champion, whooping ass and telling you all about it. And we had How to Eat to Live right there. Now, here we are looking fat with pot guts. No, I'm not going to never be quiet about that because I'm owning that.
Yes, sir.
I got to own it, and I got to rep that. Before our beloved got sick, he showed us. Remember now, he was 62 at the Million Man March. Now remember that. And he was killing it. Benching 400. Squatting 400. Come on now. Him and Mustafa showed it on the video. So all that's going to be a part of the video too. That's the image. get me out of the picture if you got a thing with Brother Khalil. And and then Brother Khalil show his muscles. Why you show your chest, Brother Khalil? I'm answering the question myself, I guess, but people like this. Before I started personal training, Josh, people would say, just walk down the street. You're a walking billboard. Because I didn't understand what personal training was. Because Billy Blankston came out and I was just doing group training. I didn't know personal training was, wow. I mean, like celebrity training, you really get a lot more. So they said, just walk down the street because Allah has given me the genetics, the color, because I see guys in the gym got, to me, just bodies just as great, but someone said, where's your complexion? That's what that may make a difference because bodybuilders, when they compete, they do tan themselves. The white guys who are lighter, because muscles show up better on darker people. But more than that, Joshua, it is the will. This is just a manifestation. See, people want to say, oh, the muscle. Well, where muscles come from? Look, there's a lot of mornings I got up in the city of Detroit, brother. Winter mornings running by myself, me and my dog. Because I want to be heavyweight champion of the world in the wintertime. This before ordination, 5 a.m. You understand me? You can have the genes, but you don't get it. You still got to, there's things you have to do. It's your will. You don't get it. You can't just sit down, you got genes, and all of a sudden muscle just start coming. How easy, how sweet would that be? Now we wouldn't even be able to develop like that. So let me be quiet for a minute. If you got something just running my mouth.
Oh, yes, sir. No, I want to thank you and thank everybody for watching. With working out, you're an actor, and that's something that I'm in the arts on the theater side, but I would like to get into film and television and movies. How did you get into acting, and what is your favorite part of acting?
Your question said, how did I get into acting and what else?
And what is your favorite part of acting?
Okay, how I got into acting is unbelievable. Unfortunately, me and my children's mother had separated at the time. I didn't know what I was gonna do in my life. So I started personal training. One of my clients was a doctor. He told me, make sure I come by his office this particular week because Samuel Jackson's wife was gonna be there, Yolanda Richardson. And maybe she would trade with me and I could make some extra money. So I went by, met her. She's totally cool. Gave me the greetings. Assalamu alaikum, all that, totally. But she was like, no, she's like, no, I'm not gonna train, brother. Because I came to town to deal with an ailment that I have. So I wanted to know, well, how can I become a personal trainer for celebrities? I know they make $100, $150, $200 an hour. She told me if I went to San Diego, there's a stunt school. And if I got among stunt actors, that would put me on among actual actors, I could go from there. So I asked her for a number. She said, take this number, tell her to give you Michael Blank's number. Now, Billy Blanks was Tybo. Remember him?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Michael Blanks was his brother. He's the baby of 9. Their mama had 19 babies. He was the baby. 19. I called him. He said, yes, I know her. He said, send me a picture. I sent him a picture. He said, come on out here. Now I'm on my way to LA to be a celebrity trainer and security. Because I want to do what Steve was doing with Wesley. That's what I was trying to do. Acting, you could have never told me I've been an actor in 1,000 years. Never in 1,000 years. When I got here, there was a guy that was in Atlanta that I knew was on his way here, calls himself a vegan guru. He had, actually before I got here, he told me, wait a minute, go by Birmingham and train Ruben Studdard. Because Ruben was on his way out here to do his album with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. So before I left Atlanta, I go by Birmingham, train Ruben. Ruben, like, I dig it, I'm on my way. So I got my first client before I even get here, right? This guy got Mary, got Ruben Studdard, he got Angie Stone, he got the president of BET. He was killing it. So BET wanted to do a reality show with him. He had 3 little children, plus his wife was pregnant. cooking healthy food for the celebrities. Now, mind you, he got this before Tender Green, before Sweet Tender, before Takaya, before all of these restaurants that are now out. This was 2008, but he just didn't have what it took to get everything together. I'll just put it like that. Long story short, he said that maybe I could be the personal trainer on the reality show that Reginald Hudlin wanted to do with him. So I took acting class so I would look right on TV to get more clients, not to be an actor. The acting coach was Ruben Moreno. God bless and rest Ruben. Older OG, played in Bonanza, Death Valley Days, all those movies back in the days. A Mexican brother, but he played Indian because he could ride horses. He told me, he said, Xango. He said, I don't know. He said, but if you want to be an actor, you have a future. I said, really? I said, why you say that? He said, I'm just telling you, once a producer sees you, you're in. Yeah. What I gotta do? That's what I said. He said, he told me to go to Central Casting, take your picture. You put some stuff on the back, your profile. A few people called me. There's one lady called me, want to be my manager, took me to a few network meetings where they're eating cheese, crackers, sipping wine. They say, there's an audition. Anybody want to go? Sure. I walk in the door, the guy said, that's the guy we want. I look behind me, he said, no, you. I said, wow. The lady said, wait a minute, let him read for the detective, because he's either the detective or the bad guy. I read for the detective. They said, we call you in 2 weeks. Call me the next day, offer me the role. And I never did background, extra, stand in, nothing. I'm in the lead role, speaking lines and everything. I called Ruben. I said, Ruben, you was right. I walked in the door, the guy. So I'm like, Josh, if it's that easy, I'm finna be an actor. So now I'm calling y'all, I'm calling people out on the nation. I said, look, I'm in Hollywood. They said, you lying. I said, what I'm supposed to do? And it took off. And that's pretty much how it happened, Josh. It was, sir, I'm gonna tell you this too, brother. Oh, and then my favorite part of the answer to your other question, you said my best part of acting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is meeting some of the most pleasant, unenvied, unjealous people of several races, Islam, that I've ever met. People who, you're in an acting class and you got to go up in front of the class. Now, everybody watching you. Now, you have to call on your memory something that was painful and start thinking about it and start acting it out. And you start doing it, you start going into it. And sometimes you get so involved, because I can cry in 15 seconds. And if you get so involved, and I'm telling you, I've seen people get so carried away in that role that the class, I've never seen such support, how the whole class support. They never let you feel you're by yourself. Never, never, never. That, I'm telling you, honest to God, truth. And we see how rich whites and others are able to put their children in acting, the ministers in acting, because it helps you and it makes you discover another part of yourself. When that thing that people say, you ain't walked in my shoes, there's a lot to that. There's a lot to that. When I'm acting, I'm Xango. I got my bow tie, I'm Sumis Khalil. I'm Motown OG, I'm on the mic. Those are characters. You can't make me be this person when I'm not that person. I ain't got no Quran in my hand, I got that mic. I know what I'm saying and I know what I'm doing, okay? When I'm Xango, I'm Xango. I'm doing what I'm doing on the acting. I never crossed when people who have came over to Xango and want to talk Black Lives Matter. I'm saying, look, I'm not talking Black Lives Matter. I live Black. I am Black Lives Matter. You understand? Ain't no trend for me. It ain't what the latest for me. So now if I want to do that, I do it like I did it, straight rock gut in the street, corner to corner, door to door. I know how to do that there.
Yes, sir.
Where
yes,
I am,
sir.
though, I came here to get this money and to do whatever I'm placed here for, okay? I'm not over here in this man's house trying to change him, talking about Black Lives Matter. I know where I'm at. We've been taught very well, right? Okay. Now, I didn't even go in Hollywood to do all that. I mean, to me, Josh, at the time, I wasn't able to handle my trials in the nation. Therefore, I left out. I find myself in the street wandering around like a lot of us do. And that's what wound up happening to me. That's something that Allah gave me. It was a cushion, and it helped me discover myself, and it brought me to where I am right now as we're talking about. Look at it. And I think every person has in them a musician, whether your instrument, if you played an instrument, what would be your instrument, Josh?
Guitar.
Okay. Everyone would play something. Everyone, if you had an acting part, what character would you play?
Michael Corleone, Nino Brown, Superman.
See? So to me, life, the way life is, having to work a 9 to 5, we're left with having to only admire people who are doing what we only dream about, that is in all of us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And each person should be able to play a violin, a guitar, a piano, a saxophone. Each person should be able to act out a role. You'd be surprised what you discover. I learned so much acting, brother. I learned so much acting, honest to God. So when I came back and was teaching, man, it was a trip to me how I had expanded, but that was because of what had happened in acting. I was still learning. So when I went back to the mic and started rapping, it's like, oh man. So my best part of acting is the people, the treatment, something that I needed because I wounded. You know how we do each other. I was wounded, brother, and
yes,
it was something that I needed. And but at the same time, Josh, I was ashamed of it when I came back because I didn't know it was okay. Like a lot of us don't know it's okay. The minister said, as the Holy Quran say, Allah don't desire difficulty for us. He gives us difficulty. He desires ease for us. Freedom, justice, and equality. Islam, what do you want to be? Nobody told you couldn't be an actor.
That's right. That's right.
Nobody told you couldn't sing or dance. But we say, you in the world, don't be of the world. And as time has moved on, it wasn't even about can you be an actor during the most unbelievable lives. Hell, niggas couldn't do nothing during that time period for what we was doing. But
yes,
as time was moving on a little bit, then they started letting us in music a little bit more. So the reality is this. We have brothers and sisters and others in places who are going by other names, and some are going by their names, some are going by their holy names, and some are not. That are now transcending and being up with the time, as the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, quick thinking, fast moving down to the modern time where we're on and we're with the time. Because when we were breaking out the gate, when I got something to say to all of them who's saying what they're saying, they cool with me. I'm talking on the music tip. The Boss, Rick Ross, Snoop the Dogg Father, T.I., 2 Chainz, all of them is claiming what they're claiming. My man from the D, my homie, Royce 5'9", look, and I know they all see me. Here's the deal. Back in the day, I mean, y'all ran the other way. Now this is because you opted to do your craft, and I'm not mad at them for that. That's cool. But here's the deal. The way they have the system now is like they're difficult for them to reach back. And it's not like they can't, but you don't hear of any of them reaching back. When I was coming up, my OGs is all about putting a brother, sister on, putting a brother, sister on, putting a brother, sister on, what you need. And if you don't want to say it loud, then I got you. Here, take this, go ahead. Here, take this, go ahead. And you're going to do your thing, because the more of us got it, the more it is for all of us. It ain't about nah. Look at me in my Rolls Royce. Look at me in my big crib. But like J. Cole say, what good is first class if my niggas can't ride with me? What good is it? I'm going to sit up here and ride first class with my homies who actually securing me and protecting me, and they riding back there? Yeah, they literally got my back, right? While I'm up in first class. Man, please. That's some fake shit. Excuse me. That's fake. Fake. So, allow yourself to be creative. The 9-to-5 job, got to get out of it. Otherwise, you can't find your real self. The 9 to 5 keep you confined when time is off. You barely want to go to the gym, not to mention play an instrument, learn anything about acting. So that's why it's always the rich kids who had that luxury. Us, we just confined. You talking about slavery. And when we was in abject slavery, but the whole world, anybody got working 9 to 5, that's really slavery. Because you can't find yourself having you locked in and you actually got to work a job just to pay bills to live. Man, that's not living. That's not living. He told us living is Islam, freedom, justice, and equality. And you have the freedom to live because you have the love of Allah. And you find that through your craft. You must find yourself in a way to express yourself, to bring money into your life. If you don't have no money, then you're not going to go anywhere to do anything. We're in that hour where now is production time. All's been said and been said, except whatever else our beloved continues to squeeze out of himself. He's still squeezing more out of himself, right? And we're blessed to still get more out of him. Like tomorrow, something's coming, I gather. Yes, is that today? Tomorrow, today.
Today.
Yeah. But here's where I'm embarrassed. Me. I don't know about you, brother. Those back in the day when I mentioned Snoop and them who wouldn't come in, Puffy, Ross wasn't around, Jay, I mean, they did what they did, but now they got money. Now they're doing things. And we judged back then, we was like, y'all ain't dudes, man. Where y'all at? What's up? Come on. Was y'all the Million Man March? Come on. Okay, now they coming around. So, and that's good, because it is better late than never. It is, absolutely. But my thing, what I'm saying to the brothers and sisters, whoever may be listening, everything that we're going to want to do, that we have to do, that we're being instructed to do, is going to take place starting wherever you are, if you're at home, and it's starting with you. If we do not take a handle on our life, you're not going to have it in a few short years. Meaning, not that you necessarily physically be gone, but quality of life you can't enjoy and you sick. President Obama's wife has she's exerting this thing for children's health. She falls short of saying what Oprah got in trouble for saying about mad cow disease. And what our leader, like he said, I ain't got to bite my tongue because you don't pay my bills. The merchants of death, we eat there, but we eat there too much. As a result, when we read Aliesa's book on, drawing a blank, but she talks about the processed food. It's in How to Eat to Live too. So she gives a lot more specifics. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad, as Min Farrakhan told us, what he gave us was a wake-up message. And the other people coming with, they coming with, who borrow heavily from what he said, but don't want to mention his name. That's cool. We know anything that's out there, we know where it all rooted from, okay? We know this. He gave it to us generally. And the processed foods is what's destroying. So I'm going back to the lower limbs, the male, our organs, you lose the toe because the blood is not down there. So if you're not exercised, rarely see a person lose a finger or arm in diabetes. It's always a lower extreme because the heart is pumping, but you ain't pumping it enough because you're sitting too much. So if you're sitting, there's nothing circulating. You know when you see that water out at the park somewhere and look green and yellow and stuff, it's toxic because there's no circulation. If you drink that, you'll die. There's no circulation. Now, I'm not saying that you won't die from the water in the ocean, but you have a much greater chance of living because it's moving. It's moving. And you may catch a glimpse of a good drink that's moving because it's moving. Anything that's stiff, that's rigid, is dead. So sisters 55, 60, and they feel life is hopeless. A brother say, man, look at my stomach. How am I gonna get rid of this? You get How to Eat to Live. I mean, does your life matter if you can't run a block to save your life? Think about that. to run one block. I know some vegans who got a pot belly, look like they're 6 months pregnant. But self-righteous as hell. Like the men say, you don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't gamble. You're good, but you're good for nothing. You're holy. Where's it going? The bottom line, none of that matters if you're not going to get circulation going. Honestly, if we follow what the scripture says about moderation, you honestly could eat anything you want to eat. You could drink what you want if you did moderation. The problem is our lack of, it goes right back to discipline. It goes right back to discipline. And that word discipline is in disciple. That's why Jesus had so much problem with the disciples. They wasn't nothing. I mean, golly. I used to think he was talking about the people. It was the disciple. It was us who went to jack. He like, damn, will y'all do what I said? Y'all making me look bad. I feel I make my leader look bad. That's how I feel. Because I don't have anything to produce all he has said out of his mouth. Not a toilet paper factory, like he said. If they shut down the toilet paper factory, wherever you at, it'd be a brown day in Atlanta. Because we don't produce toilet paper. We don't produce a toothpick factory. Talk to me. This is where I'm at, Josh. So we got to get the paper and get the soldiers together and do the things that we need to do to make it happen so we can stand. Now, I seen that video that Brother Buster and Ross did. We're going to do something like that. Oh, my battery getting low. Oh, my battery getting low. You still there? Okay. Yeah, yes, we want to do something like that. Oh, go ahead. I'm going to get off of that.
Okay, no, so yes, sir. I was saying, while you charge your battery, I have a 60-second commercial break for the sponsors of the People's Podcast right now. So this will be a chance if you need to plug your charger in real quick.
Okay, cool.
And also, yes, sir. And also, I want to thank everybody who was watching. I want to make sure that I give a chance to read all of your comments. And then once we put it on YouTube, we want to continue to like, share, and subscribe. I had such a great time in Phoenix, Arizona a few years ago on a detail for the Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan when I had the honor of working with Brother Khalil, of course, in his time in Atlanta. Every time I'm around Brother Khalil, he's filled with the spirit. I mean, Brother Xango, you know what I'm saying, in his acting. If you all like to be a sponsor or donor, please cash app the People's Podcast. Thank you for keeping us going with your monthly sponsorships, as well as donors. We have anonymous ones as well. My brother Rashad, Street Premiere Media Production. He has a 4K camera and a drone. He does television, film, and editing. Thank you very much. My sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me, children's book and coloring book, both of which are on Amazon. Make sure you go out and get those. My sister Naima, Stay On Point Dance Academy, LLC. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country. We love our tiny dancers. Our brother out of St. Louis, Missouri, Nation Auto Sales, LLC. If you got your stimulus check and you're ready to, get a car, truck, reach out to our brother. Also, Engineers of Tomorrow, LLC, a STEM preschool out of Dallas, Texas, where they're raising young kings and queens and young gods at a STEM preschool. Our brothers out of the West Coast, MTS Car Bros, any make, any model, any year, 30 to 50% off. Make sure you get some cars and trucks. They'll ship it to you. They do a great job. Brother Kenneth, bow tie maker extraordinaire. Make sure you get your bow tie. We're coming out of the, everybody's wearing suits again. So if you want to put your bow tie back on, reach out to Brother Kenneth. Our brother out of Chicago, Brother Enoch, Hip Hop Detox is a public health vehicle that empowers holistic and assists with youth and young adults to critically think themselves into a healthy lifestyle. Thank you very much, Brother Enoch and Hip Hop Detox. Sister Latasha Muhammad, Queen is I, Poetry and Apparel out of Indianapolis. Queen is I, Poetry and Apparel. Let's make sure we get that in support. Also, our sister out of Chicago, Kanika Yakub, CBD, Mom, Self-Infused Care Line. She does a great job of the oils, the creams. Thank you very much, Kanika Yakub out of Chicago. Our sister Landra L. Muhammad, her letter A book. Sister Landra L. Muhammad, her letter A book. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Sister Loving in the comments. We're coming to more of you all. Dr. Henry M. Carter, King Henry's Turkey Legs and Catering right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Brother Rashad Muhammad, COVID-19 Disinfecting Cleaning Services in Chicago. My father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, AbdulSharif.com. And last but not least, my two books, Cleopatra, which is on Amazon, the children's book, and No Father, No Excuse. which is on Amazon as well. Thank you all very much for your sponsorships and your donations. Okay, back to our brother Xango. I want to just read to you some of the comments. Thank you very much, Sister Lovett. Brother Hannibal sends the greetings from Phoenix. Brother Daniel sends the greetings. Sister greetings. My sister Miriam. Brother Nasir sends the greetings.
Hey, yo, what's up? What's up?
Greetings. My sister Naima says, teach. Brother Hannibal's talking about you quoting J. Cole is always a good thing. Sister Donita, you are such an inspiration to those who are struggling to be themselves to maintain their systems.
Oh, yeah. Donita, yes. That's what I didn't say. On the shout, that's my management. Late talent management. If you need management, you say you want to act, you say you want to sing, you say you want to dance, you want to model, Danita Late talent management. Holla at her. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we will. We want to make sure we support her. With this month, she's coming on so we can interview her and we can get some of her managing expertise and some of her great advice from the therapy standpoint as well. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, in your journey in acting, in your journey in the mission, traveling from Detroit to LA to Arizona to Atlanta as well, have you ever been faced with fear? And if so, how did you overcome that fear?
What kind of fear?
Any type of fear. Like, have you ever been made afraid of something?
Yes.
And how did you overcome that?
Different ways. Let me see. For instance, when Charles Dutton did The Obama Effect, and there's a sister I knew who knew a friend of his that put me in contact with him. I already had submitted for it. So when I got there, they were waiting for me. I've been acting maybe 2 years. And he said, Xango. He said, come over here. He's like a captain on the set. Charles Dutton used to be the garbage man on TV. He said, you don't have a jacket? I said, no, I don't. He said, stand over there. I thought I had messed up. The role was Glenn Turman, who was formerly married to Aretha Franklin, God bless and rest her. He was going to show up. He didn't want to stand in a long line to vote for Obama. I was going to be strong arm, another couple other guys just telling us, we're not standing in line, we with him. But Mr. Dutton, and I was going to make $64 for that as a featured extra to stand next to Glenn Turman as he walked up. But you're not nothing today. That's like Denzel 20 years from now. Be like, you ain't nobody right now. Back then you was cool, right now you ain't nobody. But we bagging him up. But instead, Mr. Dutton took me from that role and said, stand right here. This is what I want you to say. When Glenn Turman walks up here, you say, excuse me. The end of the line is back there. Can you handle that? I'm like, yeah. He said, don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of you. Everything's fine. From there, you're going to be able to go into the union. I was blown away. I was going to make $64 to $900 for that. Excuse me. The end of the line is back there. I'm like, damn, that's a big difference. Josh, that's like $800 something different. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
So now, and nobody knew he was going to do that. Now they put makeup on me. They're marking the floor. They shining my bald head. They're getting me set. I'm like, oh my God, they got the light on me. I'm like, oh my God. I'm doing what I can to hold back the tears, and I'm nervous. And then after that, I feel something great has happened. I cried. I called my daughter, who was on the one that's graduated as a doctor, the brain surgeon, Kalila. That's the first one of my babies is the minister name. I'm proud to say he named all 5 of them. Yeah, he did. I said, Kalila, guess what happened? Yeah, that's right, brother. I said, guess what happened? I was so happy, and I told her, but I got off the phone, Josh. I'm like, but what's happening? I feel I'm being pulled from y'all. I feel it. I'm going, because I'm feeling accepted. I'm saying, wait a minute. I need to talk. I need to talk to the minister. And that night, he came to me in my sleep. I was afraid. I was afraid of where I saw I was going in this. And I called Chicago and I said, I need to see Minister Farrakhan. And they said, come on. I looked at the phone, I'm like, damn, that's easy these days. Okay. So now I'm coming down Woodline. I don't see no brothers, nowhere. I don't know who's driving me. I'm in the back. We get to the house, nobody come out. Like, this is odd. I get out the car. I go to the gate. Assalamu alaikum. No. I go inside the gate. Assalamu alaikum. No. I go to the door. Nah. Nobody answer. I open it. Assalamu alaikum. Nothing. I step inside. Now one more time. Assalamu alaikum. Nothing. I said, I'm getting the hell out of here. I got out. Then the next portion of the vision was the minister with his foot up on the ledge. It's a big field. He never looked at me. I looked at him. And all he said was, whenever you're ready. That was it. That comforted me from that fear, because there were brothers who told me that because of the fitness, this is a good time to come back, because the minister just said, I am the leader of a fat nation. Sorry about that, y'all. It still goes on. My body, my temple. And that's a nice way of saying I'm the leader of an unhealthy nation. I'm the leader of a sick nation. Come on, y'all. We cannot have him saying that, feeling that, worried about us like that, because we dragging around. He got to eat because of medication. You ain't got to stuff your mouth all the time just because he do. Excuse me, brother. So.
Okay, great. Yes, sir. And thank everyone who's watching and continues to watch. What has been your greatest trial in your tenure of acting and life, and how have you overcome the greatest trial?
The pull of the world. Easily. Pull of the world. To maintain who I am. If it was just up to me, shit, I'd probably been a damn fool. But I represent. So, you know, you ain't get but so much a fool out of me. You ain't getting none, honestly. See, so I'm good. Those have been my try to give you details. I ain't gonna give you no details what those specific trials were, but I'm here. Allah blessed me. I'm here, and I thank Allah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What has been your greatest joy?
What do you mean?
In life, like in your tenure of life, like in acting, and nation, and everything. What has been your greatest joy?
Wow. I think, honestly, brother, I could say 3 of them. But the actual order would be when my daughter was born, when my wife at the time told me that she was pregnant. That was, I teared, that was the bomb.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next was meeting the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. And then Brother Khaled. And I'll say Khaled because look at me. And don't tell me you don't understand why I wouldn't love Khaled. And all y'all who out there, don't tell me you don't understand that. It's the same tribe vibe. Just like Brother Nuri, same tribe vibe with the minister. We ain't gotta hide that. That's real talk. So everybody look somebody they can identify with. When I seen that the minister loved Khaled, I've been teased by being black all my life and made to feel less. So when I seen he loved a man like that, I could look at Khaled and identify. That meant, oh God, I got a chance. So that's what Khaled represented to me, even though many hated him. I ain't talking about the one that went off because he couldn't handle the trial. It had been placed in his lap, but he couldn't handle it. Those are my happiness. When the minister was happy when he was out the country that first time in '84, and they told him, excuse me, that they were going to arrest him. And so Brother Khaled, he taught, were you there when they crucified my Lord? And y'all ain't never heard nothing. You want to hear the defense of a man you say you love? And we knew we was going to be all right. Oh, brother. But he made us cry because he defended him so hard. And got me weak to not tell you. And the minister said, he said, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad had taught like that one time. And Master Muhammad told him, don't make my people cry. Teach them, but it's the life-giving. Make us happy. Let us see the picture, but make us happy. Don't make us cry. I mean, that it was heavy because, I mean, of what they were planning to do. When he got back, he walked right past him. He walked right past, they didn't even see him, man. And the first thing they did is stuck the mic in his mouth and say, Jesse Jackson said that the stuff you said was morally reprehensible and indefensible. What'd you say about that? He said, I got his number. I'll give him a call. Unlike Jesse, who went in front of the whole world and pulled our leader's pants down, he didn't do that to Jesse. That's okay. I'll call my brother. Yep. Excuse me. I got to get a tissue. My note. 1 second.
Yes, sir. Take your time. Okay. I want to thank everybody who's continuing to watch the People's Podcast and continue to like, share, and subscribe as we get some of this great history, this information, as well as inspiration. And coming up next, we have an amazing couple at 6 p.m. Eastern that's going to come on. Brother Javon and Sister Layla, who live in Arizona. They are a young married couple, and they have an amazing love story. I look forward to hearing from them as well. So all of you who are watching, if you have any guest suggestions and recommendations, let us know as well. Okay, Brother Xango.
Yes, sir.
I want to go back to Dr. Khaled.
Huh?
Because I always talk to my brother and some of my friends and tell them how, he's like on the Mount Rushmore of people who inspire me.
Yes, sir.
And of course, the complexion is one of the main reasons.
Of course.
I never saw nobody who looked like, me in that position, exercising, force and power like that.
Yes, sir.
How was it to be around him?
Oh, brother, man. It's one of the most awesome feelings. I mean, you felt in check. You hear me? You felt in check all the time. Not from him, but he checking you for the minister. He's the minister's dude. I'm telling you. I ain't talking about the one that went on. I'm talking about the one that was on. Because everything that you see is on, he's the first one. When I met him, that's who was with the minister. First, nobody else, him and Akbar and Joshua, his son.
Beautiful. Yes, sir. Beautiful.
It was, he made you feel that you always had to improve. Khaled was always uplifted. He's always, we got to do more. We got to help the minister more. He got to Chicago, seen all the final call newspapers on the floor. So he got all the ministers' money on the floor. Oh man, he went off, man. I mean, he went through all them projects. I mean, it's the history is awesome, man. I cherish it, brother. He meant the world to me. I miss him dearly. When I look back at those tapes and I look at the minister, how happy he is when Khaled is teaching, how he called him out the audience and called him up to the mic that he teach from. He did that one time when Obama got back, or President, or Michelle Obama. Somebody was coming to the country and they was coming to visit, and they say, and college say, yeah, you're gonna pay your visit to the White House to see the First Lady, but you gotta come see the First Lady up there. He's talking about Nelson Mandela. He said, you gotta come see the First Lady of the Nation of Islam. So the Khadija Farrakhan, Khalid brought the house down, man. And the minister didn't bring him up there for that. He just said, let us hear from our brother. And he said, no, come to this mic. He brought him to that mic. And he sat down. You look at the minister, how he's looking. And Carl said, let me get down. He said, no, go ahead, take your time. And you just to see the minister so happy will make you cry. To see and to know how powerful that union was. And when you listen to how he taught on Malcolm, the minister, and said how the government did not rest until they broke the union of Malcolm from his teacher. And when we say the government, we ain't talking about white people. Let's be real clear. We know who that is. We talking about internal professional who know how to get to you and make you mad at me, make you think I came on this show and I talked about you. Pros. We're honeycomb right now. And we're at the point where he's getting ready to exit, where the point when the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's finna exit, the nation was honeycomb. You know what a honeycomb is? That's a lot, brother. A whole lot. He's saying in Chicago, we are loaded with these kind of rotten characters, stewed pigeons, but Allah in his own good time will weed them out. We're gonna get y'all ass in a minute. Excuse me, brother.
Praise be to Allah.
For the record.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah.
Yes, sir.
Sister Michelle Muhammad says, Assalamu alaikum, family. Alaikum salam, Sister Michelle. Thank you very much.
Hey,
okay,
hey, sister.
This is her first time watching live. Okay. I see Brother Xango got all the Phoenix believers tapping in.
My people, my love, my baby. I love. They show me so much love. Made me feel so special, so welcome. I love them. Yes, indeed. Absolutely.
Praise be
and
to
that
Allah.
Sister right there, straight soldier boy, Sister Michelle. Woo!
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, well, I want to talk about the minister naming your children. How did that come about, and how did that make you feel?
Oh, Joshua, man. Again, at a time when very few people even had the name Muhammad. So to get both names and to get that meant it was you were special. I'm gonna tell you. You were special, Josh, because those of us who were exes, we knew people with Muhammad, we knew they were special. It was something else with them. That's just a fact. I had left Phoenix because he had told me he's making me a minister. So there was no room there. Oh my God. That's terrible. I gotta plug my phone in. Hold on, guys.
Yes, sir. Take your time. While Brother Khalil's plugging his phone in, so many people are sending love. Thank you, my sisters who are sending me messages with great questions. And I want to make sure that everybody goes back and watch Sister Michelle from Arizona, from Phoenix, Arizona, or from Los Angeles, who lived in Phoenix, Arizona, our interview that we did last weekend. She did a great job representing herself, her family, and the Nation of Islam. Student Sister Secretary, Sister Michelle, out of Mosque number 32, and all of the believers. And please, you all, I can't stress enough, everybody who's watching on YouTube, if you have recommendations of people, or if you would like to be a guest, please reach out to me and DM me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or even on YouTube. Write in the comments that you would like to come on the People's Podcast. But this podcast is empowered by you, the believers. Okay, yes, sir, Brother Xango, we're listening.
And I'm trying to get it back on. It's not Hold on, brother.
Yes, sir. Brother Xango is listening. Sister Michelle says much love, and much love to everyone who is listening as we go back in time dealing with Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad and the Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan naming Brother Xango as well as his 5 children, and what that represented and meant to him and means to him.
Okay, we'll do as much as we can. I couldn't get it to plug right, but here's the deal. Sit down. I was student minister in San Jose, and I knew that, well, the baby was due, so I called the minister and asked him what he named him. Didn't know what it was going to be at the time. And I didn't get a response. He came to San Francisco to speak. I was blessed to be at the dinner table. All the power brokers on the West Coast, regional captain, everybody, East Coast too, college, everybody. I said this in one of my lectures, and I'm glad to say it now, so anybody can call me a liar when he's gone, say it right now, right? He called me out. He said, brother, I got your letter. Yes, I'll name your baby. That's how it happened, Josh.
Mm.
He said, names don't fall out the sky. He said, I want to think on it and pray on it. He said this about my baby. I said, yes, sir. Then he told me I was a rising star. Then he told me, and that the enemies and the hypocrites see me as a threat. All this at the table in the name of my baby. Now, you asked me, I'm telling you, this was going on right then. So after that, nothing took place for months. She was born July 2nd. He didn't name her till September. He was in Phoenix. He had just beat his first bout with cancer. Because I had been calling them. People like, maybe you need to send him a picture. I said, I don't know. So I called him again. He came to the phone. They went and got him. And I said, I was wondering, do I need to send a picture? He said, no, brother, no. Her name is Kalila. And he spelled the name out. He was so beautiful. Oh, my God. And then he said, your name would be Khalil. This is what I heard. Mm. And that's why my name come out of her. And that was that moment. And then from there, boy, oh boy, the rest is history. So that was a great moment. And then each time after that, I was going to go to truck driving school. I was leaving San Jose, coming back to the Midwest. And my second daughter, he named Amira. When I called him, I was in Indianapolis. What the trip was, I hadn't even told him. He said, brother, what city are you in? And I told him, I said, I was wondering, did you have the name yet? He said, no, I really haven't given it much thought. And I was God, of all the things the minister ever said, I did not like that. I did not like that. He said he hadn't given it much thought, right? But then he said, but wait. He said, you say it's a girl, right? I said, yes, sir. I said, Khalil is always saying, sister, sister. He said, oh, her name is Amira. He knew that right away. He always say, study the names that I give you. See, Amira was a lieutenant of Aisha, the prophet's wife. So Amira, even though she was younger, she was more protective of her. So she was more like the big sister. And that's just how they are too. That's just how they are. Beautiful. And then my son, when I got back to Detroit, I was down out in the streets and left, wasn't able to handle the trial, drinking every day, just terrible, terrible, terrible. Training for that fight. At the same time, 95. Best condition of my life, but just down, brother, just don't know what's going on. And I called the minister to see if he had the name for my son. And he said, call back at 10 o'clock. The secretary will be here. That's when I realized for the first time, he didn't just give a name, he recorded whoever he named. And when I called back, she told me, he said his name was Najim. And that was a star. And I broke, brother, you ain't know by buckets of water crying, because here I am in a drunken stupor, way off my post. But he tell me like he could see me, I don't matter what you doing now. Remember what I told you at that table, you a rising star. So as this boy rises, remember what I told you. Brother, that was a moment, man, I tell you. And I knew then I would teach again. Didn't know how, didn't know when, but I knew if you could see me, and that was 94, And so that was 3 years from when he said rising star. He still turned around and named my son what he told me I was at the table. I couldn't take him lightly, and I don't take him lightly. And everything that I'm doing, I feel and I pray is under the direction of the God, the Christ through him to me. And I dare not share his vision that I've had, but I have verification. Y'all just keep watching me, because what I'm doing is sincerely in the name of Allah for us to make us better. That's what I want. That's it, hands down. Now, I may mess up along the way, but like we said, let's look for the best part of one another. If we look for the best part, it's gonna always be all right. You ain't gotta look too far to find the worst part. We write one big mess up, so you ain't gotta look too far to find my mess up. But understand what I'm doing. I like what Jay-Z's wife is doing. We talked about her shaking her big ass or hips, but now look at the work she's doing. She got a community. She's doing the teachings of Mozambique Elijah Muhammad. So now you're here. One thing ain't got nothing to do with the other, so you need to be quiet on that. And let's see, let's look for the best part. Back to that. See, and I feel any MGT should be able to do and doing the same thing. Beyonce ain't no better than, she ain't better than MGT. Understand? So now where are we at? Somewhere the gold, the oil, that black gold in our teachings got to come out, that we can do the same thing. Because that's what's going to attract and bring our people in when they can see. The minister say, man can't hear you when he hungry. He steady talking. He can't hear you. Produce something. So the rappers get everybody because they producing knots and diamond rings and Rolls Royces. We just have to, again, starting back to the simple things. Because I don't see anything that's, I feel honestly like this, Brother Joshua. All my blessings come out from what I do, because of the way I treat myself. The minister said, remember, you have to justify your existence. Your existence, if you don't justify your existence, then Allah is justified in wiping you out. Yes, and to justify your existence means you're doing something contributing to existence. Okay. Or are you just here existing? Which means you're here, eyes but can't see, ears can't hear, really we're dead. So I mean what? So if it came to an airplane, we got to throw out expendable baggage. So there you go.
Beautiful. Excellent, excellent.
Praise be to Allah.
Yes, sir. Well, I know that you are an artist and you make music, but what type of music do you like to listen to?
I'm a saxophonist. I haven't showed y'all my sax yet, but
okay.
Grover Washington, David Sanborn, Paul Hardcastle, Coltrane.
Okay.
Charlie Parker, all them OGs, Wes Montgomery, all them OGs. That's what I came up on. Now on the rap tip, all of it. Snoop by far is, I'm most influenced by Snoop. Always have been. Always seen he had a good heart. So when the minister used him to name his album, I wasn't surprised. I said, wow. Always seen there was something special with Snoop. He's a gang banger, but he loved ganging because of his brotherhood, not so much he really killing each brother and stuff, man. You're gonna protect each other, but not. So I like it all, brother. I like it all. And my album is gonna have it all. It's gonna be revolutionary. It's gonna be conscious. It's gonna be gangster. It's gonna be hip hop and dance. It's not gonna be nothing to make somebody say, I don't want to hear that, or I can go to the next record. Yeah, that's cool. It's gonna be something for everybody. Yeah, love music. I love songs. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful.
Praise be to Allah. And what would you like your legacy to be, sir?
I'll say what Jay-Z said. I came, I saw, I conquered. My legacy, I would like my legacy to be your brother, a brother that overcame. because I've had like my one-man play. I mean, I'll give some details in there. My mother shot my father shot my mother. I mean, my life has been extremely rough. I didn't just get to where I am and be as I am, but the life's experiences. You know, I mean, I'm a little boy, and I witnessed and watched my mother shoot my father in my face. You know? And I was so bad, she threatened to shoot me. I'm seriously. My mom was, she had me on the bed, she pulled a gun out, had my foot up, said, I'm gonna blow your damn foot off. Why are you so bad? My mama don't shoot my foot up. Look, the beginning of knowledge is fear, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh man. I know she wouldn't shoot me, but she wanted me to believe she was. She did some stuff now. She did some stuff. Because I was very bad, brother. If it wasn't for the minister, I'm sure I'd be dead. Because my friends that I rap about are dead.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, sir. And Brother Nasir said he would like to work with you on the album because he has some beats that he would like to talk to you about. How can people reach out to you on social media to connect with you or politic or, you know?
I am Xango.com. Of course, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, but IamShango.com is everything gonna be centered there. That's where SoundCloud, iTunes, the music will be coming out there within the next 90 for sure. And understand this, I want y'all to understand this, if you would. I'm not gonna waste my money. I can do a 2-album release, I can do a 1-album release. The 1-album release has already been completed 5 years, okay? So I just didn't have enough to release it the way it needed to be released. So when I came back, I just let it go. Now that I'm back, I have a whole nother, first of all, my flow is totally different. And so in the words of selection of consciousness is different now, because at that time I was rapping, I didn't know when, if I would come back. I honestly didn't. I knew that I would, but I didn't see it. So I didn't hear it and it's not in my music that you hear in the initial music. And there's more, there's foul language that has to be removed. I don't apologize for that as a rapper. No more than a comedian apologize for what they say, because I'm in another zone. That you don't take me and I'm rapping and put me in a holy church. What are you doing? Why would you? Of course that's not right. What are you doing? I don't take me and I'm getting ready to go swimming and tell me let's go to church and hop in the car. I got on swimming trunks. No, I'm in a zone. It's the same when you go into character. That, you understand? Thank you. And one thing acting shows you, like we say, you have to have a good character. Then it shows you how to go in and out of character. Okay? And how to prepare your mind, like Denzel does. He does. There's a technique. I forgot the technique, what it's called. Some actors do it, some don't. I don't choose that method. But it's a method where if his character's name is Derek, from now on today until he finishes that movie, you don't call him nothing but Derek, because he's in Derek's mind. That's it. And it works for him. We see Denzel, arguably the greatest that ever did it among us in our generation anyway. But character, so when I'm in the character, when I'm rapping, I'll say this about rap too. You may want to try it, I don't know. But it affords me the freedom to get things out of me, and I don't have to fix it up for nobody. It affords me to express myself with the knowledge of God, but as a dead person. And that's a hell of a thing. See, that's why the accountability on those of us who know, it's almost like we get self-righteous, we get the knowledge, and then you become a knowledge spitter, but you're way up here. Ain't nobody, shit. I mean, you're a scholar. God damn, I don't even understand what you're saying. You like way over there. And so the dudes in the street on a basic low level trying to eat, they ain't trying to hear that. They're not trying to hear that. They want to eat. If we can feed them, we can get their attention. I think that's a basic thing among most people, Brother Josh. The music, and I recommend it for everybody. It's one of the healing, in Africa is the #1 healing art, healing form is music. I mean, if it soothes the savage beast, I mean, what?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beautiful. Well, I want to thank you. I see so many comments. Some people showing love. I can't wait to put it on YouTube this evening.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Brother Xango, for taking time out of your busy schedule to give us some information as well as some inspiration, and always being kind to myself, my brother, and my family. May Allah, I thank you for your sacrifice. On behalf of myself and my family and the viewing audience, and the sacrifice of your family as well, we thank them for their sacrifice. And keep shining, sir.
Yes, sir.
Xango, we rooting for you.
Yes,
May Allah
sir.
bless you to keep winning, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Keep winning. And this is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off for the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.